Welcome back to The World Over. He's produced films like Heaven is for Real and is the best-selling author of The Hollywood Commandments. I spoke to him recently about his new animated Christmas film, The Star, which is a big hit in theaters right now. Here's my exclusive interview with DeVon Franklin. The Star. Tell me about it. I know it centers around an animal, a donkey named Bo, at a particular moment in history. Tell us about it.
Yes, The Star is the story of the nativity, but from the animal's point of view. So you know the story of the nativity, but you've never seen it from this point of view. And Bo the donkey is the lead character, and he's the donkey that carries Mary and Joseph to the manger in Bethlehem. And he gets help from all of his animal friends, you know, Ruth the sheep and Dave the dove. And we have an incredible cast that have come together to help bring this story to life. Everyone from Stephen Yun to Gina Rodriguez to Zachary Levi to Keegan-Michael Key to Kristen Chenoweth, Kelly Clarkson, Oprah, Tyler Perry, Tracy Morgan, Mariah Carey, Fifth Harmony. We have an all-star cast that have come together to tell the real reason for the season. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do The Star. I wanted to put the real reason back in the season. Christmas is all about the birth of Jesus. And let me tell you, when you see the birth of Jesus in this movie, it brings you to tears. And our incredible director, Tim Record, just did an awesome job of preserving all of the scriptural moments to make sure that it aligns with history and with the Bible.
DeVon, I want to talk more about this in a moment, but first, this is some interviews we conducted with some of the stars of The Star. Watch.
I play Edith the Cow in The Star, and although at first I wondered why, when the writers looked at this cow, they thought, oh, Patricia Heaton, but I tried not to be offended, and in fact was quite impressed with Edith's role and her character. She's a little bit like me. She's kind of over it. She's tired. She hasn't gotten any sleep. I totally relate to all that as a mom of 4 who works a lot. And I just loved her sort of sardonic humor. It's really funny to be that character who doesn't believe this crazy stuff anymore. Almost as, I wouldn't say Edith is hopeless, but she's kind of seen it all. She knows what life is about. She knows you're going to be disappointed. She sees the youthful exuberance, and she was there once in her life, but now she's done. And so to be able to be a witness to this miracle, that's the fun part of playing that kind of character.
Coming to this story from a Catholic perspective meant that I really wanted to be faithful to the beats of the story that are given to us in the Gospels. And what was great about doing it from the animal's perspective is that we can do both. We can be faithful to the stuff that's given in the Gospel and also be creative in between the lines, so to speak, because what we're doing is we're pointing the spotlight on the characters we don't hear about in the Gospels. The Bible doesn't tell us what the camels are thinking or what the donkey is thinking, and that means that there's room for us to have some fun and be creative. The movie definitely focuses on the perspective of the animals, but we also put a big emphasis on Mary because the story of Bo, the main character, is also a story of his friendship with Mary. And in fact, down the road, we even see that Bo has learned to pray from his friendship with Mary. And that is something that I think resonates with a lot of people of faith, because Mary is not only a character from the Gospels, but is someone that we can have a relationship with now as our Blessed Mother. To get there, I think it really had to come from somewhere personal. So for me personally as a Catholic, I really relish the opportunity to dig deep into who Mary and Joseph are. We aren't given like a paragraph of character description in the Bible as far as who they are as people, but my task as a filmmaker was literally to put words in their mouth because we were writing this script and we need to give them dialogue. And so I had to feel that where we were coming from with these characters had a biblical basis. What I find admirable in Mary's story is that when she hears the Annunciation, she's invited to be the mother of the Son of God. She doesn't ask, is there like a 20-year warranty on this? Like what happens down the road? She just says yes. And to me, that implies a character who just embraces the future and trusts in God, trusts that the future will be bright. And what's also great about that is it gives Mary a little bit of room to grow, because as the story moves along in The Star, Mary starts to realize that maybe there might actually be sorrow along this path that God has invited her to do. And that's a challenge to her personally, because it's not going to be as easy as she maybe thought it was at the beginning.
I think that Mary is a reflection of strength, the strength of every woman, the compassion, the empathy, the kindness, the humility, and she touches everyone that she comes across in this film because of her empathy and her ability to understand somebody's perspective and be able to care for them. She takes on others' emotions. And what's beautiful about her telling Joseph about her pregnancy is that it's done so delicately, and it's done in such faith that there's no question of silliness.
I've actually thought about it often, the moment where Joseph is hearing about that he's about to have a child that's not his, and what that must have been like, for Joseph to be processing that. Clearly, this is a woman that he loves and that he trusts. In fact, this is some kind of celestial happening, and angels are talking to us, and this is not at all what I was intending my life to look like or be, and I don't feel able to handle this. How can I raise the Son of God? I'm Joseph, I'm a carpenter, this is way above my pay grade. That's insanity. So, but there's also some comedy, I think, that you kind of have to play a little bit in that. Otherwise, it's just way too much to handle.
DeVon, tell me before I let you go, what was the impetus for wanting to tell this story this way? Was the project brought to you? Is this something you wanted to do and started the ball rolling? Where did the first movement come here?
Yeah, I have committed my, career and life to make uplifting content and content that can be inspirational and that can continue to build, in the faith space. Mm-hmm. And one of the areas that I noticed was just untapped and underserved was animation. Yeah. There hasn't been a faith-based animated movie from a major studio since The Prince of Egypt, almost 20 years ago. So I felt like that was an opportunity, and it just so happened that starting that opportunity with The Star just felt like the right fit. Mm-hmm. I mean, what better place to start than with the birth of Jesus and to show it from the animal's point of view. And this is the first movie from a major Hollywood studio to be a faith-based film told in CGI animation, the first ever of its kind. Yeah. So I thought that was a great opportunity, and also the faith-based audience wants more family content. I can't tell you how many people come up to me and say, I want more movies I can take my children to and my grandmother to and my family to, and I do believe The Star is that movie. You can take everyone to this film. You don't have to cover eyes, you don't have to cover ears. It is a movie that will warm your heart. It will educate the next generation on the power of the birth of Christ, and it will inspire you to remember the real reason for the season. And I'm hoping and praying that The Star becomes the holiday event this year at the box office.
This holiday season, witness the story of the first Christmas through a whole new set of eyes.
It's the wise men.
Hide quickly.
The other way.
The other left.
From the studio that brought you Miracles from Heaven and Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, meet the unlikely heroes behind the greatest story ever told.
Herod is up to something.
Mary needs help. We need to save her. You're in danger. You need to listen to what I'm about to say extremely carefully.
Do you want a belly rub?
Bo.
If you want to get to my friends, you're gonna have to get past me first.
Dave.
I'm gonna go find someone to poop on. No, too big, too big.
Ruth.
Almost down. One more chasm. Uh-oh. Well, didn't exactly stick the landing, but that was good.
And Deborah, Cyrus, and Felix.
The new king's in danger.
Run for your life!
Get out of the way!
Here's a little well-placed distraction.
The Star.
DeVon Franklin's new Christmas movie, The Star, featuring the voices of Patricia Heaton, Tyler Perry, Christopher Plummer, and many others, is out now in theaters everywhere.